Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cozy Corner Chronicles. I'm Julia,
And I'm Liz.
and we are back with another chapter chat for chapters 26 to 30 for Happiness Falls, which we've been reading, as you guys know.
For the last 7 years.
Make it 7 plus 1, so 8.
Are we not done with this book?
I know. I feel like this book has been longer than our. I don't know why, but maybe it's because with the fake out, we literally just are binging sections and we extended it.
Well, you know what's even worse? I feel like it feels longer than the Heaven and Earth grocery store.
I know, which is weird. Okay, wait. Also, pause. The third book of the fake out series just came out.
Did we read the second?
Yes. Remember we skipped the first, read the second, and now the third is called
Oh,
The
what is it
Wing. I saw
called?
it's called The Wingman. I saw it
Hold
because
on.
TikTok was blowing it up, and I think people like this one better than they like the fake out because remember we said we didn't really enjoy the fake out.
Yeah. Ooh. Who is it about?
I can't even remember. It's
The
been so
best
long.
way Oh. The best way to gain confidence after years with the wrong guy? Hayden Owens, the hottest defenseman in pro hockey, my confident best friend, and my new dating coach. He'll teach me to be a player, but convinces me to practice with him. We've been friends for years, but our flirting lessons and practice kisses push the bounds of friendship. We're roommates, but sleeping in the same bed. He
Ah,
buys me a toy as a favor, but helps me use it.
oh. This is
It's
real
kind of
spicy.
spicy.
Oh, it might be a little too spicy, but you know what?
Awful
Yeah, we'll
spicy.
get back to you guys on that one, but I just need to mention it because people were saying they like this one better than the second one.
It has a 4.09 rating on Goodreads out of 17,000 ratings. So it has to be good.
Okay, we might have to dive into that one. But you know what? We've read what? Now we've read a murder mystery. We've read the Heaven and Earth. We've kind of been reading everything.
Yeah, I
So
think we can go back to romance.
me too, because the last one we read was, of course, by the queen herself, Lauren Kung Jessen. But
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna have to we'll pick another book later, but let's just hop right into it. So chapter
Yes.
26 is called The Bright Cerulean Sky. Remember Vic? Remember that bitch Vic? Vic! Freaking Vic. So Vic drove from Ohio to help with the search when he heard about Adam, but couldn't contact Mia because she blocked his number. You know what? We were talking and ranting about how Vic was like, where was he? And I forgot that she had blocked his number. So I'm sorry, Vic, for judging you so quick, but you're still a bitch.
Which, okay, is it just me, or do you wish Vic had a little bit more character development?
I agree because, like we had said in the last episode, you see Vic in the beginning when Mia's breaking up with him, and then
Yeah,
you don't see him till right now.
right.
Like, okay,
Like, what is
so
that about?
exactly. So in the park, a woman pepper sprayed him based on a misunderstanding. Clearly biased by her, sorry, the pepper spray, clearly caused by her bias against him as a black man. The police intervened and have brought him to the Parkins house. Vic has something to show them he didn't want the police to see. A bird watcher actually recorded a video in which Adam yells for help and then screams, Eugene, no, before a flock of birds fly suddenly up from the cliff face.
Yeah, it's not looking real good here for Eugene. Now, I will say, I think that, I mean, we have said this the whole book. It's kind of hard to piece it all together. I think getting the little clues and stuff, like, that's cool. Like, I'm okay with that because, we're on this whole murder mystery kind of scene together. But what I don't like is the lack of development in the story. Like, I feel like it's like, oh, Eugene is learning how to use the speech board. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
look, there's Vic. Oh, remember Detective Janice? She's here too. Like, I just feel like there's so many just like it's like putting stickers on a page. Like, if
Yeah,
that makes
like
sense.
it's almost like there's so many storylines that like you start from one central storyline and then you branch out to so many that now you lose the focus of what the story is supposed to be about.
Exactly.
And I mean it's fine cuz that is a creative writing style that authors like can choose to take, but I think
Right.
in terms of reading like a reading standpoint, it's a little confusing for us to follow, especially when we're not reading it I guess all in one sitting per se, unless we have the time. I think if you were reading this all in
Right.
one setting, it's different.
Right. So then we go into part 5, and this is chapter 27. Part 5 is called This Is Not a Missing Person Story. Dun dun dun. And chapter 27 is The Veil of the Waterfall. So Mia is very reluctant to think the worst thing that Eugene could have done was kill their dad. So Shannon is insisting that they need to decide on a narrative, basically deciding whether or not we're saying Eugene did it or Eugene did not do it, because they need to all be on the same page about what they're going to say. So, um, they need to come up with a story that explains, obviously, the video evidence that Julia just told us, the Eugene no, and then also exonerating Eugene from any harm that he could have done to Adam. So later, while Eugene sleeps between them, John and Mia discuss a possible explanation using their mind meld mode of conversation, in which they build logically on each other's thoughts. In their version of the narrative, Adam's wallet was stolen. Eugene tried to help and is on the verge of falling down the cliff, and then Adam falls to his death trying to save Eugene.
And I think this brings us back to the point that, like, do they actually love their dad? Remember we had said that in episode?
Right.
Because I get it. I absolutely get it. Like, you want to save the family that you have now. Like, you don't
Right.
want to cause any more trouble and stuff. But at the end of the day,
Like, this is still your dad.
yeah, and like, let's say that Eugene actually did murder Adam here.
Right.
I don't think I would want to live in the same house as somebody who could potentially murder me. But I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but that's
just
just me.
that's just me. I mean, if you
Like, that's
want
just,
to
I
live,
mean,
it's
if
like
with a potential murderer, that's fine.
if you want the murderer to sleep in between you guys, I mean, I guess. But
That's fine.
yeah. So then, chapter 28 is whispered screaming practice. So these chapter titles just freaking crack me up. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is about it.
they're a
So
little insane.
yeah. So Mia dreams about Harmony teaching her and John whispered screaming before Eugene was born, and wonders if Eugene's morning wailing reflects disappointment at the end of the dreams in which he can communicate. Having decided not to tell the police about the Birdwatchers video, the family worries when Shannon announces that Detective Janice wants to speak with them via Zoom. Wow, we're reliving in that COVID time. Detective Janice
Mhm.
reports that Angeli has agreed to a virtual interview with Eugene. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Even now, Angeli is back. Remember, she was sick with COVID, and they were walking around the parking lot with the
And nobody ever said that, okay, she's fine now, or
yeah,
like,
like
yeah, it's too much. It's too
yeah.
much. So then we go into chapter 29. It's called Connecting. And so Eugene is super excited to see Angeli on Zoom, and Angeli confesses that her fiance Zoe showed the police a note from their last session. Why the
HIPAA.
would you do that? Okay, whatever. In which Eugene was actually venting about hating Adam. Angeli
Murder.
explains the conflict that resulted in this anger. Basically, Adam and Eugene were getting ready to tell the family about Eugene's ability to communicate with this new system that they have. And then when John told Adam about a new study using eye tracking equipment to prove, like, basically the letterboard was working amongst, children with autism. So without consulting Eugene, Adam decided to postpone the reveal. I don't exactly remember why about that, but Eugene was really upset about that and vented to Angeli and basically said, want him gone out of life forever, just die. And then Angeli didn't think that the delay was fair and they needed to meet in the park to basically mend their relationship because Eugene was so upset. But why would you say that, Eugene?
I know, and I get, like, when you're young and you're like, yeah, like, I freaking hate them forever. Like, just I wish like, I wish you were never born, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
But his seemed a little
like,
more oomph,
but also the capital letters, like,
Yeah. And yeah.
like, it goes back to this: if you want to sleep between a murderer,
Hey, by all means, please. Don't put me in between you and the murderer, though.
by all means. But let's just talk about how the mom now, Like,
Where is
are
she?
are we not gonna include Mother?
Right.
But Vic is here now, though.
Please make it make sense.
So, but also they don't like expand. Like Vic is there, and then he's not in any of the other chapters now.
Well, and then the funniest part is too is like, I mean, like the trending theme. You keep introducing these characters and then not doing anything with them. And don't get me wrong, maybe I'm just missing the whole point of the book, but honestly, I don't get it. And like, I know this is supposed to be like a thriller murder mystery. It's not thrilling and it's not giving murder mystery. It's giving what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but maybe that's how it's supposed to make us feel. So then, chapter 30, because of rock that's broken. So Eugene begins to sell. He and Adam made up, but then encounter bullies in the park who verbally abused Eugene. Adam defended him, then got into a verbal altercation with a woman who accused Eugene of disturbing the peace. So she then pepper sprayed Adam, which is crazy. Which is when Eugene
Yeah.
inadvertently scratched Adam's face. Afterwards, Eugene and Adam communicated via letterboard, and Eugene is proud that Adam shared the HQ's notebook ideas with him.
Mhm.
Which I don't know if I would be happy if I was Eugene
I'm
knowing about that
confused.
test. But
Right.
Angelia is impressed but wants to see video of their communication. Eugene tells her Adam didn't record it, but did take 2 pages of notes which have not been found, but which Adam apparently photographed with his phone. As Eugene continues, Mia grows uneasy. Eugene's story matches the hypothetical John and Mia discussed the previous night while Eugene slept. Eugene tells the others that he and Adam went to the waterfall, where 3 boys took Adam's wallet, then threw his backpack. When Eugene slipped trying to retrieve the backpack, Adam grabbed his arm and pulled him back, but when Eugene opened his eyes, Adam was gone.
I think Eugene is a murderer.
I kind of think Eugene is capping.
Yeah, because he was awake. I know he was awake and he heard John and Mia.
Yep, I think so too. And because, I mean, we know at this point that Eugene is way smarter than what everybody has,
Mhm,
like, painted him to be. And I've said
mhm.
this since the beginning, honestly, I kind of thought Eugene was sus the whole time. Like,
Yes. Well, you know what? At first, who did I think was sus? It wasn't Eugene. I mean, Eugene is sus, but
I thought the mom was sus too.
the mom and Mia, I think, was who I thought. But then Mia seems more okay. Also, can we just go back to the fact that what the fuck? Because we haven't talked about the notebook anymore.
The thing is the notebook was definitely one of the most confusing parts for me because I still don't understand what, like, Adam was trying to do with that.
Yeah.
And
And
like, why is Eugene so happy, I guess, about knowing the HQ? Because, like, that's literally Adam basically saying that he's been doing family experience on you guys psychologically and, like,
right.
comparing the 3 of his children.
Right. And then also the whole first of all, the book is called Happiness Falls. So I'm thinking like Mia's going to find some grand thing about the happiness quotient and blah blah blah, but like we found the pages and then we didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, and then conveniently now, the 2 pages that are in Adam's notebook still have yet to be retrieved.
Are missing.
And then he photographed it,
Right, on his phone.
which
But they
is,
have his phone.
yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, so we're gonna whip that. Are we gonna put the charger in it? Let's put that thing in some rice, and then let's boot it
Yeah.
up.
Be so for real.
Yeah.
Be so for real.
So, and the story that Eugene tells is almost like a little too aligned with what John and Mia were talking about because it's like, also, if Eugene's sleeping in between y'all,
You're not
he
be
gonna
for
wake
real.
up.
And you just figured out that he could use the letterboard and that he's comprehending because he could answer all those science questions and stuff. So are we still thinking he has the mind of like a 4-year-old?
Yeah,
Be
like
for
you
real.
guys are treating him how you guys said you wouldn't be treating him, and then
Right.
now, like, I don't know, because it's getting confusing, and I feel like, see, this is the thing. They're gonna give you this story, and you're gonna be like, oh, yeah. And then they're gonna change the narrative again in 2 seconds, and it's gonna be confusing again. Because look, Angeli, like, something tells me Angeli is sus as fuck too, because Angeli and Eugene be buddy
Yeah.
buddy, a little too buddy buddy.
I just want to know like what is the theme of this book? Cuz like at the end of the day it's not giving.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the book is doing its job. but it's just very confusing to read.
That's what I'm saying. But is it doing its job? Because I know it's a mystery, but is it a
Mm-hmm.
mystery or are we just confused?
Yeah, and honestly, if we dissect the title, maybe like happiness falls like refers to happiness quotient failing, or are we talking about like happiness falls because there's a waterfall that you like that Eugene and Adam were at? You know, like is this like a double entendre for what the happiness and falls means, or like what's
Hmm.
going on? Because
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. But I mean, hey, maybe we just haven't reached the part where it all comes together. I don't know. But it is not slow, but it's just like, I can't even say it's slow because we don't know what's going on.
yeah, like the story is progressing. Like it's not slow, but I think to get to the point is very roundabout. Like
Yeah.
if like this is the point, the island in the middle of the roundabout, we are just and eventually someone crashes into the island and then that's the point, but we haven't gotten to the crash yet.
Yeah, we're still like
In the roundabout waiting for our exit, hoping that
you're
people let
right.
you through.
So, we're not saying this is a bad book.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Angie Kim, you're a queen, and we just don't get it.
Yeah.
Please help us get it.
And I mean, to be fair, like Liz and I are like romance readers. But
Yeah.
like I still appreciate a good Frida McFadden book. Watch I say that and like people are gonna like hate on me for saying Frida McFadden, but like Frida McFadden doesn't write romance, and I like
Yeah, and
dug her book. You know,
she's kind of cute.
yeah,
I like her books.
yeah. It's like yeah, and like
Yeah.
I feel like I've read murder mysteries. Like I can appreciate a good Agatha Christie book. Like those, that's an amazing author too. So
Yeah,
maybe
because
the
if y'all get
category,
it,
huh?
please.
Oh,
I don't think it's the category because I think like I've read some psychological thrillers and I like them. Like I think I think it's just maybe we don't get it.
yeah, like because
This
I
one
don't think
specifically.
right. Like this is definitely not a psychological thriller. I feel like it really is just supposed to be a murder mystery. Like I don't think it's supposed to be a thriller at all.
But it's not giving mystery.
It's just giving murder by Eugene.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just giving murder.
I can't.
Okay, well,
But that makes sense.
again, if you get it and maybe we don't, please help the girlies get it
Yeah.
because we are struggling,
Yeah.
struggling to understand the point. Um,
And it's
like we
just been
said,
so long. Like I don't
murder
even know.
mystery minus the mystery. It's just murder. Okay, so with that being said,
I
thank
can't.
you for joining our podcast this week.
Yep.
I don't know which one's going to release first, but if this one ends up releasing first, stay tuned for the interview that we have coming up. So
Yes. And if this one releases second, then forget that.
we hope forget that I even said that. And I hope you enjoyed the interview.
But thank you guys, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.